Welcome back to our journey through walking in God's Word. It started with John 15, and it always comes up to John 15 where it talks about being a life source from the vine, being connected to the vine, being connected to the Word of God, Jesus Christ. And so that's what we do each and every day. As much as I can, I'm going to be putting these videos up and being able to walk with you in this way. As I said, stpaulboca.com/blog before has all the videos of history, our 150 Psalms beforehand, so you can go and check those out if you want to start in the Psalms. As I've grown as well in teaching and administering, hopefully, these videos. I looked back at the first Psalm just the other day, and it's quite interesting how I had a quieter voice, I had an empty office, and I was just getting going, not understanding what it would take me. But it's taken me to this time to be able to communicate God's Word, and that's the sole purpose of this. A little 5 minutes, 6 minutes of being in God's Word and in a daily fashion to grow in faith, to be strengthened in faith, and just to be visited by our God and His Spirit in His Word. Where the Word of God is, there the Spirit is. And where the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Where the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It leads us right into, frankly, our walk that we're going to have in these next weeks and months ahead in journeying through the book of Proverbs. We've gone through Psalms, we've seen the beautiful hymnody and the liturgical dances and the liturgy of praise and the temple worship and the Psalms of prayer and petitions and of mourning. But now we get into the wisdom literature. Wisdom literature of Proverbs. And I want to begin with this story. I want to read this to you. It's in my study Bible, and I thought it'd be fitting for it to read for today. Clinking bits of silver, shouting merchants, and bleating herds distract a young man as he passes through the streets of Jerusalem. He pauses to wonder at the piles of goods on display, bartered wildly by shoppers and shopkeepers. At the corner, he catches a whiff of myrrh and cinnamon from where a sultry woman caresses the doorframe of her house. She winks and smiles. From the city gate, the young man hears the voice of one calling. The Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Above the clamor of Jerusalem's streets, King Solomon could see and reflect on the temptations of his subjects, temptations to which he himself succumbed. He saw clearly the need for instruction, for wisdom that parents could pass on their children and teachers could share with their students. The book of Proverbs is the result of Solomon's God-given wisdom, experience, and concern. Luther put it this way: Proverbs may properly be called a book of good works, for in it Solomon teaches how to lead a good life before God and the world. And so that's the beginning of Proverbs. Proverbs is this wisdom literature. It all bases upon that 7th verse in that first chapter, that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, or beginning of wisdom. And as we go forward in that wisdom word is going to be brought forth in Proverbs many, many times. It's going to be characteristic of the book. It's going to characterize even a lady, as the wisdom is a feminine word in the Hebrew, not necessarily denoting that all women are full of wisdom. But that is true of God's creation, that He has imparted wisdom, especially Solomon, the one who is known for his wisdom. And these are his Proverbs. Also known that there are other authors in and amongst the Proverbs, not all attributed to Solomon, but mainly attributed to Solomon, and frankly, the teaching and raising of his child Rehoboam, who is going to really take on the kingly duties after Solomon's reign is over. And he wanted to instruct Solomon about the temptations. He wanted to instruct Solomon and his household about the things in this world, and frankly, what God has in mind for us and how we should walk. And so, wisdom begins with the fear of the Lord. Wisdom begins by getting into His Word day by day. And so it's a pleasure that we get to walk in this book together. This book dated between 970 and 930 BC, and being able to see and hear the wisdom of God through the work of Solomon and other authors. And so I begin today with just the first 7 verses, chapter 1, of Proverbs, and it gives us, frankly, as it says here, the beginning of knowledge. It gives us a foretaste of the book. And so let's read together. Chapter 1 through 7. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. to know wisdom and instruction, to understand words of insight, to receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity, to give prudence to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. Let the wise hear and increase in learning, and the one who understands obtain guidance, to understand a proverb and a saying, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. As I read to you today, that's just a beginning, kind of a prologue to the book of Proverbs, our wisdom literature. I did make a change, yes, both in offices, but I did make a change in being able to bring to you, frankly, from my study Bible. It is the Lutheran Study Bible, and it is the translation of ESV. So if that was a stumbling block for you from coming from NIV to ESV, I apologize for that, but I will be walking in the English Standard Version from now on in these videos. So come and join me. I thank you for joining me, and blessings as we get to dive into the wisdom of God through the words of Solomon and other authors, but just get to see that the wisdom that he imparts in us through his word. What a blessing that is. And I pray that you walk in the wisdom of God, which is the fear of the Lord and the awe of our Creator and how he's created you, purposely giving you this day to walk in his wisdom and his knowledge and his grace and mercy this day. Have a blessed day.